Beautiful morning to you out there. I hope you're enjoying your day, this beautiful, beautiful day. Yes, it is another episode of Morning Drive. Good morning. Well, today on Morning Drive, we're going to be discussing something very interesting. As I always say, I'm always saying they're interesting topics, right? Yes, they are interesting topics. But today we're going to be talking about overcoming discouragement. So you know how every time you find yourself discouraged by certain things, maybe it is what your family members will say, or maybe another an obstacle that comes your way, or something is just wrong about it, about what you're doing, and then you just feel discouraged. You don't want to do it again. You just want to go back and sleep and just rest. You know how in our Nigerian language we say, I can't come and kill myself. Yes, a lot of us have that attitude to work, to our businesses, and everything that we put our hands to. But today I would like to tell us that that's a terrible, terrible, terrible attitude to uphold. You can't just wake up in the morning and just because something doesn't seem to work the way you want it to work, and then you just begin to say, I can't come and kill myself. If you don't kill yourself, who will kill it for you? You need to work. If not, you're going to die a hungry man. Like Proverbs says that a hungry man, a lazy man would die hungry. I'm paraphrasing though, that's not what it says exactly. Well, today we're talking about overcoming discouragement. So when you're faced with these situations, when you're discouraged, when you don't feel like doing it anymore, when you just feel like giving up, what should you do? Should you just go back and sleep and forget about it, or would you wake up and do something about it? Yes, today I'm telling you to wake up and do something about it, but how would you go about doing that? We'll get to that shortly. But then I would like to just give a broader background to what we're talking about today. Discouragement. As I said earlier, there are a lot of things that will come your way and cause you to be discouraged. It could be that your family no longer supports you, or it could be the loss of a very close one, loved one, or it could even be that exactly what you want him to do for you. Yes, it could be that that's the discouragement you're having at that time. Those things would come your way. I'm still repeating it. Yes, they would come your way. So when you reach that point, you need to get over them and work for yourself. So the first time that you got an idea in your head and you decided, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, didn't you think in your mind that you're going to probably face certain obstacles that you should have thought of that? Yes. If you haven't, well, I'm telling you, if you think of any idea that you want to do, whether it's work or it is a career or it's school, whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, just know that you're going to face discouragement. Some people are going to say some things about you. Somebody's going to say you're not doing good, you're not doing great, and then you will begin to feel bad. But don't be discouraged. You need to get up and continue doing something. So to be able to overcome discouragement, there are some things that you should do. You should work on changing your attitude towards work and the problem. So even if you think that you can change the circumstance that you find yourself, for instance, the loss of a loved one, that is really affecting you, you know that you can change that circumstance, right? So some people would say at that point you might just think, what would that loved one want me to do? Would he want me to just give up and do nothing about it? No, most of the times that's the answer you get. He'll probably want you to get up and move on. Yes. That is possible, but there's also the fact that it might not just be a loved one, it might just be somebody else saying something bad about you or making life uneasy for you. Somebody's just there saying things about you that when you come out to the world and you want to give out what you have to the world, you can't do that because somebody out there is there to tarnish your image. What would you do about that? You change your mindset. It's not about that person, it's about you. So would you let somebody who is just jealous or envious maybe to be the reason why you're not going to succeed? No. Come on, you wake up. Yes, you wake up and do something, right? That's what we are here for. You like that's exactly what Morning Drive is here to do to you, to tell you to wake up. What gives you interest, what's making you your blood pump, what's making you your blood boil, all that. You need to get your hands and do them. You don't just sit back and sit on your ideas. No, you work on your ideas. Yeah. So when you're discouraged like that, you change your mentality, you change your attitude towards that thing. Change your attitude. You think positive. If somebody is trying to make you think negative, you tell the person, no, it's not up to you, it's up to me, I can do it, I can move forward. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't have opportunities to, room for correction and adjustment. No, it just means that when you know that this person is just bringing negative energy to you, you change course. Change course, I don't mean like change course like literally. I meant like change course in your brain, in your mental, in your head. You change course. You want to redirect from that path that person is trying to drive you to. Second, think of those that are close to you. For instance, your family members. You're faced with this kind of very sad situation. Okay, for instance, I used to sew, or no, not used to. I do sew. I dabble a little bit with tailoring, and at some point, I just couldn't get one style correctly. I just did terribly. It was bad, really bad. But you know what I did? I showed my mom, and my mom was like, "Oh no, it didn't come out right, but if you do it again, you get it." See, at that point, I was discouraged. I was like, what's even the point? Maybe I'll just sell the machine. But the moment my mom was like, no, you can do it. You can get better. I still do it when I'm free. Well, that's what it is. You can't be discouraged when you've set your mind to do something. I'm just giving this because this is just a little thing about me, but about you, you can do it. So think of your family member or somebody who loves you, somebody who's close to you, even a friend who really trusts you. Who you really trust, and you know that that person got your back. Then meet that person and tell him, oh, I'm discouraged about this, I'm discouraged about that. And that person will really help you. He would help drag your feet to your feet and then continue moving. You need to strive on. Come on. It's about you. It's not about anybody else. It's just you and God. Think about it. And then you need to, yes, I just said it's about you and about God. So you need to trust God wholeheartedly. If you're discouraged about something, you need to put your trust in God and just know that He who has placed that idea in your mind, who has given you that ability, that skill to do what you need to do, He would give you the strength to accomplish it. Remember that He says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you know that you trust God, you trust Jesus Christ, you know that He's going to help you. Yes, we always talk Jesus Christ on this show because we're a religious station, right? Well, that's that aside. The truth is that this morning we're talking about you getting up from your bed and do what makes you going, what keeps you going. Yes, you need to wake up and do what keeps you going. Discouragement, I say again, would definitely come. You would have hurdles. The other day we're talking barriers. You know that you would have certain form of barriers that would come as a form of discouragement for you. And I was saying it could be cultural barriers or it could be language barriers, a whole lot of barriers. There are a lot of barriers that will come your way and would want to discourage you. But do not let it get to you. No, don't. You need to do things for yourself because nobody wants to be around somebody who is a failure. I think I've said it once on this show. Nobody And I know that you would agree with me. Nobody wants to be around anybody who is a failure. So if you are a failure, people would want to stay away from you. And the only way you become a failure is when you put your hands on the wheel and then you say, oh no, because I'm discouraged, no, because this person said something, or because this circumstance I found myself, I can't do it anymore, I'm just going to go back and sleep. There's something you can do about it. Maybe it's just your courage that you just need. You just need to be encouraged to do that thing. Yes, I was talking about courageousness. You have, for instance, you're an artist, you have art, you have talent, and then you just sit back because everybody says there's no money in art. No, come on. Somebody out there wants to see your art. It doesn't matter if it doesn't come right away as you expected. Somebody out there is ready and able, waiting to see your art. That's the truth. So don't just sit back at home and think that because you don't have something mainstream, mainline to do, you can't do anything. You're just discouraged because you think that your form of talent or art or work is not what people are asking for. Then you're discouraged and you sit back. No. As I said earlier on, discouragement will come, but don't let discouragement be the death of you. No, instead, that discouragement should be a stepping stone for you. So at this point, we'll take this quick video, watch it, and I hope that after you watch that, you will know how discouragement is terrible for you. Yes, and you will then be encouraged to move forward and continue living your life right. Yes, we'll be right back after this video.
My name is Sarah Isaiah Bulus. This is my business. I sell firewood and I'm grateful for the business. Most of women today, they don't like doing business. Some of them are thinking to sell something is a bad business. Oh, I don't know how to put it, but I'm grateful to God for giving me this business. This business, though we used to have challenges at times, but I thank God because as I come out in the morning, God always sends customers for me and they buy. And then I'm at home, who will come out to come and buy? Nobody will come to buy. But when I run a business, I am grateful to it. I am doing it. Then I tell my family now. Yarana, they are in school. All of them, they are in school. It's through this business that I'm doing. And then I stay at home, I cannot send my children to school. I will say I don't have anything doing, and my children will be going up and down. But I thank God for the business. I'm very grateful. So the challenge is, at times they will bring the firewood, nobody to break it. As you can see, this is my husband. You will have your own money to pay for people to break, but you will not see them. My children, my husband, they are the one helping me. That is the challenges. Sometimes they will bring the firewood, it will not dry. Like this one that is breaking. The people that came to break it, they left it because it's not dry. It's very hard to break. As you can see, it's the one trying to break it for me so that I can sell. Rain is a challenge. If rain is falling, all my customers, they will pass, because there is no how we can bring firewood out to give to them. And when it's raining, I will pack my firewood and put inside. People that are passing, they will think that there is no firewood. So the rain used to disturb us, but we thank God. People that know, they will come inside. Even though there is no firewood out here, they will come inside to buy. So I'm encouraging women like me. There are many who don't have anything to do. There are many who don't have anything to do. So I'm encouraging them to come out. Like, I started this business, I don't have too much money. I started with 3,000 naira, and they don't used to bring it here for me. They will go and drop it there, up there. I will pack it with my children. with tray, we will tie it and bring it here so that I can sell. So I'm encouraging women, even though it's 2,000, 3,000, they can start something. Today, I'm counting 40,000 for a car. A car is 40,000. So that is how we used to buy. So I'm encouraging women, when they start little by little, God will bless it, and tomorrow they will be greater. Many people are passing, they'll say, Madam, you have money because they are buying too much. They don't know how I started. I suffered, but today I'm enjoying myself with it. So I thank God. So as a business people, we should be grateful in whatever that God gave to us. If you are grateful, God will increase it. But every day complaining, you will not see it. But if you are grateful with what God gave you, you will enjoy it, and God will make that business to be successful. And I'm thanking God because today my business is big, and I give God the glory.
Welcome back. I do hope that that video we just watched was an encouragement for you. Yes, an encouragement for you. Again, I say, it shouldn't be a discouragement for you. It should make you get up and want to do something with your life and about your life. Yes, so we're talking about discouragement and how to overcome discouragement. So I've spoken largely about discouragement. Oh no, yeah, I know I've been talking too much. Not too much, yes, I know we needed that. Anyways, so now we're talking about how you can, as a Christian who is finding himself here in the world right now and at this very moment and discouraged about one thing and another, how do you get over that discouragement? How do you overcome it? The first way to do so is to turn to God. Yes, turn back to God. No, not like turning back to God. Maybe you haven't left him, you just feel discouraged about something. You just turn to him and have faith in him. You know, he's always there. He'll give you the strength. He'll just give you a form of refreshing. You know how he always says, I'm your father, I love you, I'm always there. Those words are quite encouraging. When you really go through those words over and over again in your head, and the general manager of Echo Television says, I am the righteousness of God, in like almost every speech or discussion you have with him, he ends up saying something like that. I am the righteousness of God. You know, when you continue to proclaim things like that to yourself, you would be encouraged. If you're the righteousness of God, then that means your life should be awesome, right? No, I don't mean like awesome, like smooth sail. I just meant like awesome, like it will work out in the end. So whether things are not working out at that moment that you find yourself, it would work out at the end. The end could probably, oh no, let's not talk about that so that it's not going to be a sad session, but yes, it will work out in the end, work out for your good. Because he said all things work out for the good of those that love God. So go back to God, love him, and things would work for you. And then the next thing is that you must persevere. I must persevere. Yes, when I'm faced with obstacles, I'm discouraged. I need at that point to know that if I strive harder, with the love of God by my side, the grace of God by my side, I can do it. Maybe not just the outcome that I'm expecting to happen, but I can do it. Because I know that I have a God who's going to be there for me, right? Yes, you can do it. Discouragement. And then you need to trust him wholeheartedly. So, yes, I keep on saying whatever the outcome may be, it might not be the outcome that you're expecting. It might just be something else entirely. It might not be what you foresee would happen or has happened. It will be something else entirely. If you see something like that, trust him wholeheartedly, because he says he knows the plans that he has for us, and that plan is to prosper us and to give us an expected end. So if that plan is to prosper us or to give us an expected end, what is his expected end? It is for good. Yes. So God has said he would give us an end that is good. So we'll continue to strive and continue to trust in him and continue to dwell in his promises. And we know that at the end of the day, whatever that we have put our hands to, he's going to do it for us. Because at the end of the day, it's not by our own power or our might, it's by his own will and his own grace over our lives that things work out for us. Yes. So by God's grace, we can do something. And then other ways, additional ways you could pray. You know, the whole issue of prayer, a lot of people just think that you just come into your closet and just say, Lord Jesus, help me do this, help me do that. No, it's a whole conversation with him. So you're supposed to relate. Like, you know, it's talking with God. That's the description, a definition that a lot of people give. So it's not talking to God, but talking with him. So you talk, you await his response. Sometimes his response is wait, no, oh yes. So either ways, you need to pray, commune with God on a daily basis, and then always remember who he is, and then prepare yourself for situations that will be discouraging. You need to be prepared, because you should know discouragement would come. They're always there, but you need to prepare yourself and know that you are going to scale through it, and then you stick to your assessment. Stick to your assessment. I said again, just because discouragement comes doesn't mean that you're not called to do what you're supposed to do. So regardless what somebody else has to say about it, just stick to it, and you know that you would overcome at the end of the day. You get it right at the end of the day, and then yeah, you could get somebody who would guide you through. The other time I mentioned family members and loved ones. This time around I'm saying any other person, a neutral party, maybe somebody who is probably more learned, somebody who is ahead of you in the area that you want to work with or work on. Yes, you could meet somebody like that. So the person could be a mentor or a counselor for you. And you need to remember to work on your physical health as well. You need to be strong to be able to face discouragement. So your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, everything needs to be in sync, and then it needs to be, well, healthy. You need to be healthy wholeheartedly. It is also important that you would lend a helping hand to other people. It will help you, because when you lend a helping hand, you'll probably find out that some people have more heartfelt issues or like deep issues that would probably make yours seem just something small, and to give you the courage that you need to forge ahead. I'm not saying that that's the only reason why you should help, though. You need to help regardless what it is. And then make sure you set your priorities right. If you set your priorities right, when you're discouraged about something, you would find reasons to keep moving on. It's interesting, don't you think? If right, and you know that this should come before this, and I should do this before that. You know, when we're talking about focus, how you need to set your priorities and then work on the most important thing at the right time. What I will leave you with right now is that you should never give up, and keep holding on to the promises of God, that he says that he has a plan that's worth it for your life, a good plan for you, and that at the end of the day, it's for your own good. I'm quoting this verse again, all things work together for those who love God. Yes. All things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So regardless what it is, so long as God is the one who has laid it in your heart to do something and he wants you to accomplish it, I think you should stand firm on it. Don't relent. Don't be discouraged, because discouragement will always be there, but it is up to you to move forward, move past it. And that's it today on Morning Drive. I do hope that you enjoyed our time and we enjoyed this beautiful session. I did enjoy myself. So now I would like to say bye and see you again next time. Have a beautiful, wonderful, and victorious day ahead of you.